I'm Hailey.
I'm Sean.
And welcome to Hailey Hates Everything.
I pick a surprise topic.
And I get high and opinionated so we can discuss it together.
So grab a snack and hang out with us for
Hailey Hates Everything. Hello and welcome back. I am your host, Hailey, and this is another sexy November. The wheel of the year is turning. It is now November. There's that giggle. My co-host, Sean. What's up?
Yo!
How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
You sure?
Yep. Looking forward to this. I guess we can call it a clip show almost.
It is kind of a clip show, yeah. So we had a lot of audio from the last episode, which was the He-Man movie from 1987 with Brandon. If you haven't listened, go back. It's very enjoyable, even if you don't like He-Man. Even if you don't know Brandon. Now, if you don't like us, then you probably won't like it. But if you're into this podcast, then you probably are okay with dealing with us. And therefore, I think you should go back, if you haven't, and listen to the He-Man podcast. It was very enjoyable. And look, I had almost 4 hours of stuff to come through. And I had to listen to it multiple times, and I thought we were fun and charming. If you missed it, go back. But here's the thing, I had almost 4 hours of footage. I had to cut shit out because of time. I was trying to keep that episode less than 2 hours. If that seems too long to you, put it on double the speed or whatever. We're probably best at 1.5 times the speed, but it doesn't have to take up that amount of time. I listen to everything faster than it's meant to be listened
to. Minimum 1.2. 1.2 is super easy. And in 2 hours, I think it saves you, let's see.
I'm not doing math. When I listen to audiobooks, it's 1.35 to 1.5 times, unless they're real slow. A 2 seems a little bit fast for me to process the information that's coming at me.
Yeah.
But look, that's neither here nor there. The thing is, go back, listen to that episode. It was fun. Yeah, it's a little less than 2 hours, but guess what? I combed 2 hours off of that shit for you. So let's just let it be. I really enjoyed our conversation. But the thing is, I love to go on tangents, and Sean and Brayden were both yes-anding, and they helped me go on tangents. We talked about a lot of stuff. There was a lot of things I didn't want to completely cut out. And so this episode is a complimentary clip show to the last He-Man episode. I first wanted to ask you, there were some tidbits that you said you forgot to mention within the He-Man podcast, just some little things that came to you later. I wanted to make sure that you got those out.
Yeah, I think I really only had one nugget that I really thought should have made in, and that is that the sorceress was played by Christina Pickles.
Christina Pickles?
Yes. And, of course, Courtney Cox is in this movie. Courtney Cox in the show Friends was Monica, and Christina Pickles played Monica's mom.
What?
Yeah. So
wow,
they were on in He-Man together, and then they were mother and daughter on Friends.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
what a coinky dink.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to mention my tummy has growled because it's dinner time, and I hope you couldn't hear it, but I'm just calling it out in case you did. That was my tummy. I'm hungry. And also that Courtney Cox, like Brandon had mentioned, was in this movie with technically a leprechaun. And then, of course, Jennifer Aniston was in the Leprechaun movie.
True.
All kinds of little things like that.
Yeah, because Billy Barty
nuggets.
and Warwick Davis, yes, were both in Willow together as well. So
Willow! I love doing that every fucking time Willow comes out. Willow!
Quick tangent. New Willow series comes out, I think, at the end of this month. End of November.
Shit.
Disney Plus.
Oh, shit. I wonder if the brownies are going to be in it.
Oh, they absolutely are.
Are they really?
Yeah, yeah.
Even Kevin Pollak?
Yep, Kevin Pollak's in it. At least it looked like it from one of the previews I saw.
What?
Like
I only saw that first trailer. I haven't watched it. I don't want too much spoiled for me.
True.
Because I loved me some Willow.
Yeah.
Willow! Just love it, man. Now, we're going to have to go back and watch the movie before we start the series.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm very much looking forward to seeing hot ass Val Kilmer again. So what we're going to do is give some context to these clips because they are a little bit tangenty. And I think they kind of speak for themselves, but I just thought it would be helpful if we were like, here's where we talk about this thing or that thing. Listen up. So that's kind of what we're going to do. And then we're going to get to our Oooh Weeees and we're going to get to our no caps because there are some. But then we're going to wrap it up, guys. It's going to be a fun episode here. So I hope that you're chilling and you got some tea or coffee or a drink, wine. Maybe you got some French fries. I don't care. Get a pumpkin pie. Ooh. Whatever you like. Sit back, relax, and listen to this. The first clip, I tell the story of the first coffee that I had in Boston, like my first Dunkin Donuts coffee. Mm. That was a big deal to me. Yeah, it's a pivotal moment. Check it out. Next time I'll bring some kombucha. I'll burp.
You got kombucha over there, Brandon?
Drink some kombucha.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
What?
Kombucha, what is that?
So kombucha, it's like this fermented stuff. It's usually kind of vinegary, but there are brands like Hum that make ones that taste better. They've got fermented fruits and probiotics and things like that. And it's a drink that's supposed to help your guts be better, healthier.
But why would I know what that was?
I don't know.
We got lots of kombucha here.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it, but it's not exactly... I can't think of that being a household thing. Like, it's not like a widespread common thing. Like, is it?
I mean, at least in the circles I run in, it's usually a popular thing. But I think also up here it's really popular.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of sort of yoga hippie type people.
Okay, so it's kind of like that sort of deal. It's like a...
Yeah.
Like a lifestyle sort of it fits into a certain kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say so.
Gotcha. See, I'm a lone wolf.
What does that mean?
So it means I don't be following no trends.
Oh, it means you don't like
motherfuckers
kombucha.
Be drinking their chamomile tea and eating their avocado toast. I don't know what the fuck y'all do.
You don't eat avocado toast? What are you doing?
No, exactly.
You don't like chamomile tea? Do you like peppermint tea? Do you love a good chai?
Oolong?
Nope.
Green tea?
See, now when we get into all the espresso, chai, all that shit, where you motherfuckers live, that is a way of life. It's not like that out where I live. It's different. Like when they say America runs on Dunkin', that's what Connecticut is all about. Those assholes love some Dunkin'. Yeah, it's like Boston was probably very similar.
Mm-hmm. My first iced coffee I ever had was from a Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't like coffee that much. I just started drinking it a little bit. I went to a Dunkies and I was going to get coffee. I was going to be a big girl. Like, I'm an adult now. I live in Boston. I can drink coffee. So we went there and I had no idea what to order. I was just like, I want a big iced coffee. Now, first of all, this cup, like this tall. No shit. It was this tall. Yeah. Then it was just coffee and ice. And they asked me if I wanted cream. And I was like, no, because I didn't think that should go in a nice coffee. But I didn't know what anything was going to taste like. And I was trying to be cool. Like I knew what I was doing. I had a drink this big that was like hardcore, dark, heavy coffee and ice. And it was disgusting. I hated it.
Did you power through it or did you take a sip and go like, fuck, I've committed now. So I got to drink this 6 gallons of shit.
A little bit of both. Because I was so broke. I didn't have a lot of money. And this giant drink probably cost like $6. So that was a big deal to me because I was broke.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, this tastes like shit, but I have no choice. I have to try to get through this. And I think I ended up drinking like half of it, but I never did that again.
Ooh, yeah.
And here is now what a drink I got for Hailey recently.
Oh, you're going to talk some shit about me?
Iced coffee with oat milk and 2 pumps chai and pumpkin cold foam.
Oh, that was really good, the pumpkin cold foam.
I know what all those words mean independently. But when you string them together in that order, they pretty much lose any semblance of sense to me. So I don't follow.
It was really good.
I feel like I get it, but I don't get it.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Sean, you really called me out.
It's like, if earlier I had said, hey, you need to put a limiter on your voice, and you were like, I don't know what all that. If I had just been like, what? You don't do a limiter? Oh my God, how do you not do a limiter? And then that's like me sitting here going, when I... That'd be like how I feel when you're going like, you don't do kombucha? You don't have gallons of kombucha around? Like, you might have just made that word up. I don't know.
I don't think I was accusatory. I wasn't accusatory. I know that. And I think like, you're starting some shit.
But for all I know, kombucha could be a word that you invented. And you could be trying to convince me that's a thing. And I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't like to shit people around like that. Dick people around. That's what I meant. Dick people around.
Crap.
I highly recommend it. You should do it more. It's fun as hell. You don't know what you're missing.
The next clip I titled Boyband Girlfriends. That was the name of a website I had with my friend way back. And somehow we got to talking about having our own place on the web. Nowadays, I'm at divinemrsdiva.com. You can check out my blog.
And of course, you can always hit up HaileyHatesEverything.com.
But for now, you can hear the story about boyband girlfriends.
That was a thing back then. Like, that's a lost art. Like, people just claiming a part of the web and doing whatever they want with it. Like, everything's social media now, which is, like, very uniform. We all pretty much have the same stuff. We do different things with it, but we have the same platforms, and they look the same, and they operate the same. Whereas, like, people used to buy their domain or rent their domain and make their own part of the web and just do whatever they wanted with it. Nobody does that anymore.
Did I ever tell you about the website that I made called Boyband Girlfriends? Here's a little tidbit about me. So me and my friend Shayla, we had a lot of time on our hands because we were broke. And so we made this website called Boyband Girlfriends. And it was about every girl that any boy bander had ever dated. Stuff about her. Who is she? What's her name? How old is she? What does she do? What does she look like? How long have they been together? Yada, yada, yada. And we quite enjoyed it. It was fun. I made logos and ironed them on t-shirts. So we would wear them around. And we were in downtown Disney. And we were walking around and we went to this Disney store. And this guy saw us come in and he recognized us by our t-shirts that said Boyband Girlfriends. He's like, what? I love that website. And we're like, what the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah, it was super cool to be recognized.
I used to get, like, I ran that website that was just silly comedy crap, like little single-page jokes, basically the equivalent of a one-liner. And then I would do, like, little ramblings and rants, and I had a section I called Deep Thoughts. I would do album reviews. I would sometimes get recognized by people just in the Augusta area where I lived.
Oh, that's cool.
But outside of that, and it would always be like friends of friends. It'd be like, oh, yeah, I know you from such and such, but I would not know who this person was. I cannot imagine going to like another state and somebody's like, fuck, I know your website. No, that was not.
I thought he was fucking with me because I was like, are you sure? Us? He's like, yeah, you know your website. Anyway, it was fun moment in time.
That's awesome. Now, like, I would kill for somebody to just, like, anywhere, just be like, oh my God, I love this song or this CD that you did or this, whatever. They wouldn't say CD. this streaming piece of data. I don't know. But, like, fucking nobody. It's just, I would love
That's
that.
Crazy. I mean, aren't you Connecticut's Best Musician of the Year? Or what is the title?
Yeah, Connecticut Magazine.
That's right.
Voted me best solo musician, and it was the readers, not the editors of this magazine, but like enough people wrote into the magazine and put my name in. And so my question is, where are these people?
Why don't they see you out and
Please
about
come.
and say hi?
Please come to my shows. Please download some tracks. Do something. Stream me more. I need people to hear this music. So yeah, it's a thing in writing. I just want it to be a thing in practice, too.
Reap
like in
the
real life.
rewards. This next clip is just called Pauly Shore because Brandon had a lot to say about Pauly Shore and how Pauly Shore is getting a raw deal lately and how people need to wake the fuck up and remember how great Pauly Shore is. Long live Pauly Shore.
Y'all talked about that on a recent episode, too, calling people dog. I can't remember why that came up.
I hate when dudes call me man. I don't like that.
Oh,
I'll take dog, but don't call me man.
What about dude? Can I call you dude?
Every once in a while.
You got to be, look, it's 2022, so you have to be very gender non-picky.
I don't think I like dudette, but I'm okay with homie.
Dudette is stupid. That's a word that I think the Ninja Turtles tried to force, and I don't recommend it to anybody. Dude, man, homie, all these things, you got to be those things. You got to be flexible.
How do you feel about the word tubular?
Tubular? I think if you're a surfer, go for it. because that literally refers to a type of wave that they would surf.
Okay.
If you're not a surfer and you're trying to be that culture or like emulate that, first off, that's appropriation and Twitter should cancel you. Number two, you ain't got no authority to be talking about tubular things. Shut the fuck up. Go talk about what you know.
Okay. Here's another one. How do you feel about Weeees and the Juice?
Weeees and the Juice is awesome because Pauly Shore was life for a long time, man. In fact, he should get a resurgence. I want to see Pauly Shore become super famous again.
So you're also cool with munching on grindage, right?
Yes. I think Pauly Shore was a fucking, like, he was a genius of our time, an unsung genius. He could have been our Lenny Bruce, but no. We forced him into B movies and critically panned shit like Biodome.
Oh my God,
we did
I
that.
loved Biodome.
I loved it too, but see, we did that to Pauly Shore. We should have done better by him.
That's true, because Son-in-Law was great. Squishy Puffy Cheeks, oh my God.
I fucking love Son-in-Law. In the Army Now was not the best. And then he was doing shit like Jury Duty, and you were just like, how did you go from Encino Man to Jury Duty in literally like 4 years? This is stupid. And besides, Ernest had already done a lot of those gags in some movie he did, the one where he goes to jail.
Ernest goes to jail. That was
like they were fucking ripping off. I'm like, come on, man. You can aim higher than just ripping off Ernest gags from like 4 years ago. I felt so bad for Pauly Shore. And I'm not saying Pauly Shore shouldn't have done that. That's what they gave him, man. Like, they hired him to do these movies. They cast him in these movies. That's what they had for him.
Poor Pauly.
I'm saying, man, Pauly Shore, the kids today don't understand.
No, they'll never understand Pauly Shore.
He could be a cultural phenomenon today. In fact, he just voiced a Pinocchio in some movie that they did. But it became a meme because, like, people today were making fun of, like, the way he voices things, like his inflections, the stuff like buddy. He was kind of doing some of that with the Pinocchio voice, and people that don't understand Pauly Shore, don't get his humor, they were like, what the fuck is with this guy? Why is he doing this voice this way? And
they can handle Snoop Dogg, but they can't handle Pauly Shore?
Number one, you're absolutely right. Number two, they probably have seen the Goofy movie that he did the fucking voice for and thought it was awesome. So, like, Goofy movie was huge. I'm like, no. That was a big deal. He voiced some like Disney Goofy movie back in the day. But my point is, it didn't translate anymore, and that's our fault as a culture, man. We let Pauly Shore become. We let people like motherfuckers act like they forgot about Pauly Shore. See, nowadays everybody wants to talk like they got something to say.
But nothing comes out when they move their lips.
I know.
A bunch of gibberish.
And that's on us, man. We let that happen to the weasel, and I still feel bad about it.
All right, this next clip is called Mullets and Mustaches, and I think that speaks for itself. We got on a tangent, and we just rolled with it. I think I just want to see, like, new animated Duncan do his thing.
Even this dude, the traffic cop one?
No, not this one. The new animated Duncan with the man bun and stuff. That one.
Okay.
This dude might have been rocking a cool man bun under his helmet. You know?
With a stash like that? No. It's not going to happen.
Why you got to be down on the 70s, 80s macho man stash?
I'm just saying he's not going to have a man bun, not with that stash.
Like, I can't think of a single dad back in the 80s that didn't have that mustache.
It was very in.
That Man-at-Arms had.
Just like the mullet that Dolph Lundgren has. I mean, that was in.
I mean, not as in as that mustache, though.
That's very true.
Every dad I remember had that mustache.
Yeah, mine had a mustache.
I remember people having that mullet, but not as many.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Now, to your earlier question, dudes at music stores in 1987 definitely would have had that mullet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They definitely would have been rocking He-Man's mullet in a music store, and they would have played, like, fucking Quiet Riot covers, and, like, they would have had a Rat cover band or something.
You never had a mullet, did you?
Me? I had, very briefly, something that passed for a mullet.
Okay.
I can show you pictures of, like, me and Carl back in the day where we had, like, sort of a mullet. It was weird.
Okay.
It was more like you remember the rat tail that dudes had? Mm-hmm. I had one of those that got out of control. But yeah, I can send you some pictures later that you'll be like, what the fuck? Like, you knew me then, but you don't remember it.
Yeah.
And I'll show you the picture and you'll be like, what the fuck was this? Like, I knew you then when it was, I can't even place when it would have been. It would have been like right before high school. It would have been between middle and high school.
Oh, really?
Because I'm thinking of a picture of me and Carl at the beach where we both had this half mullet thing, and I show it to my nephews, and they're like, "Oh my god, you had a mullet!" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it was like a minute and a half. I only had this mullet for like
I think
like a commercial break."
I had the mullet, and then cut the sides so it became a rat tail.
Oh.
Like, none of my mullet involved anything on the side. It was like, it kind of, like, it would have started there. Like, it would have started back here.
Oh, okay.
It was honestly, like, the very, very back was the only part that was long.
Oh, so that's like a hillbilly rat tail.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Like, it more was like just a southern trailer park mullet.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I did not live in a trailer park.
I know exactly what you mean now.
That kind of thing. Do you remember Daniel Revels?
I think so. Yeah, it sounds really familiar.
It was like his mullet.
Okay.
It was like his thing. He was like that. He was like that kid that if you had cast him from 1992 in Stranger Things, he would have been like the little smart-ass bully kind of kid. Like that was. He looked like the asshole brother on Home Alone or something, but you know, he just had the mullet.
All right, I can picture that.
We had that kind of mullet going on. I just didn't know how fabulous I would look if I had worn a tiara with it.
A tiara makes everything better. Just add sparkles. Gotta go with that.
Speaking of hair, there was a thing that you said on the podcast
what
where Sean did a picture of himself where he was bald, and you were getting on his case about it. What was that? You said he looked like somebody?
He looked like Uncle Fester.
And I was like, if I were Sean, I'd be so terrified right now. I'd be like, oh my God, I can never lose my hair.
No, it's not going to happen.
Oh my Lord, I'm going to have to invest in some kind of toupee or fucking plugs. Or I'm going to have to talk to that hair club for men.
Yeah. There's no fucking way. And
you were talking about that picture, and I was like, damn, she's not holding back.
No. Sean, if you show him the picture, just tell me so I can cover my eyes.
Oh.
I'm not looking at it. It's a nightmare.
Shit.
You think Skeletor's scary? No. I should have been born with a tiara on my head.
That probably would have been very painful for your mother, which, from what I understand, wouldn't bother you that much. You'd be like, yeah, she deserved it.
Would have been another thing for her to be mad at me about. What are you going to do?
Go ahead and push that bad boy out. I ain't pissed.
She would have hated me even more, yeah. Oh my God.
But she could have sold that tiara for money.
Oh, yeah. Probably get it extracted off of me and then sell it for whatever she could sell it for.
Absolutely. Hey, y'all. It's me, Sean. Coming at you with my totally accurate Southern accent.
And actually, Brandon called you out on it, which is what this next clip is about. It's about Brandon being completely offended but also amused by your horrible Southern accent.
Bye, y'all.
I used to say dilly-dally.
Yeah, but that was a Southern thing. That was like a lot of Southern.
It?
Yeah, a lot of Southern families say that. Oh, God, one of my favorite fucking things when I've been binging y'all's podcast is listening to Sean try to emulate Southern speak. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, son, we need to fucking have a lesson. I'm gonna have your ass talking Southern in no time. Yeah,
it's me,
terrible.
Hailey.
That's just fucking terrible, man.
Nah, I know I don't sound like that.
Any goddamn idiot would see through that. That's why I can see through that. Case in point, goddamn idiot. But
I think I might be a little bit better at Mississippi, or at least her uncle. Hi, girl. Eat Uncle Shane.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
That's pretty. Yeah, I mean, I know that dude in several forms. So, yeah.
You said, what did you say yesterday that I was just like, what the fuck? Oh, you said sorry.
Sorry? No, sorry's not
really. Sorry.
That's,
and I was like,
you trying to be Canadian?
No, he wasn't trying anything. That was the normal way he said it, and it was so weird.
Oh.
And I'm like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
It was the game.
Sorry.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man.
It's like my mouth can't even barely form that word.
I'm gonna take you to a Waffle House and have you talk like that shit to people. See how many we can fool. Oh yeah, he's totally from here. Motherfucker's he's from Rome, Georgia. It's my buddy, Sean. He's gonna talk in his regular ass accent now. You ready? Here he goes.
Hey, y'all, take a waffle, please.
What?
Sir.
God damn.
Ma'am.
You're gonna get fucking rolled out into the parking lot.
Let's go down to the waffle place, y'all.
A dude in a fucking F-250 with tires taller than you are is gonna kick the shit out of you. That's what's gonna happen. And I'm going to just watch it happen. I'm going to be like, guys, look, I done told him not to talk like this. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Y'all, I don't even know.
I told his ass. He insisted.
If you guys listen to the previous He-Man podcast with Brandon, and you listen to this last episode, and you're like, where's the part where Sean shows them a bunch of porn and just completely blows away these two classy Southern people? We brought it.
Yeah, we did talk about dongs. And there was a variety of stuff. I just want to give you an overview of what you're going to hear. You're going to hear the story of how Sean threw a snake at me. You're going to hear about Billy Bones. And you're going to hear about my defensiveness of boy bands and how Brandon used to make fun of me all the time. He said lovingly make fun. But anyway, you're going to hear it all. But there's a decent bit on dongs. Check it out.
This is a couple scenes from a different Dolph Lundgren show. Our movie, I should say, with Brandon Lee called Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Oh.
But it's just a little something to warm you up for what I got coming.
Oh.
I bet this is going to be awesome.
What's going to happen? She was frightened. I saw you strip down for that hot tub. I'd be frightened too. Tanner, just in case we get killed, I wanted to tell you, you have the biggest dick I've ever seen, old man. Thanks. I don't know what to say. How about don't get killed? Don't get killed. You too.
What the fuck?
You got a couple of bros going to go into what could be their last battle together. You just want to make sure that everybody knows how you feel about each
I
other.
don't think he's holding that rifle just a certain way to be like,
Yeah.
huh?
It's like, you got the biggest dick I've ever seen. Ads on a man. Just like, I've seen bigger on whatever. Horses or...
I didn't think about it that way. Yeah. It does insinuate.
ladies on certain websites. I don't know.
Oh,
What's
what?
even-
Wait, what? Hold
What?
on.
Why?
What? What
Why?
are you doing? What is
Why are we
happening?
doing this? Why?
Sean, what is happening? What did you do? What are you doing?
We've reduced ourselves
So-
to now just putting up pictures of
Okay.
dongs to get reactions.
All right, let's pause right here. Because this is the second thing that Sean has thrown in my face lately. Yesterday, I was outside watering my little fairy garden, and there was a snake out there, and he got the snake, and he picked it up because he was going to move it into the fairy garden because the one he saw wasn't there, and I was like, bring Slytherin to my fairy garden. And that's my impression of myself. Anyway, he picks up the snake, which I'm going to make a song for called Slytherin to the tune of Glycerine by Bush. I'm very excited about it. But he gets the snake.
You want to talk about timely references? Man, people are wanting some Bush parodies from 16 Stone right about now.
So the snake had to be like this long. It was this long. It was this long. And it's a thin snake, right? He gets it and puts it in my fairy garden. This snake is pissed that he moved it from where it was. And it launches itself at Sean. Sean is deciding to just protect himself, no care about anyone around him, smacks the snake out of the way from coming at him, except when he smacks it, it comes flying at me. And I screamed and started dancing around in place like I was going to get away from it that way because my brain couldn't make me run. So I just don't appreciate a dong just thrown in my face all of a sudden without an introduction or anything like that because I've already got a snake thrown at me.
This does not look anywhere near as sizable or threatening as a snake would be out in your yard.
I felt like I introduced what was going to happen there, Hailey.
No, you did. I missed it. When did you say, here's Dolph Lundgren's dong?
It was the whole video.
That's not what the video was about, Sean. The video was a scene in the movie in which he's get complimented for his giant dong. And you're like, that was awkward. And we're talking about how funny that is, that he's just obsessed with the dong, these characters. And then suddenly there's an actual dong. There was no lead up to that.
It's not doing anything. It's just sitting there. Like, they just kind of caught him in this awkward moment. See, this is the kind of thing a paparazzo would be shamed for. If he caught some famous lady out like sunbathing or something, just invaded her privacy. But you can do it to Dolph Lundgren. That's cool. Sean feels no remorse.
No, it's been up here for
just putting Dolph
a long
on blast.
time. This is a long he's zooming
I'm saying
in.
this as if Sean went out with his camera and invaded Dolph's privacy.
Got that
I'm not
perfect
sharing it
shot
with
of
the
the
world.
towel flying away. Also, I'm cutting this out of the video, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but yeah, there's this dog.
There you go.
How tall is he, Dolph Lundgren?
Like, I don't know. Like, way taller than that dong would indicate.
Okay, that I was kind of proportionally
Like,
speaking.
proportionally. Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on.
I mean, no dong shaming. I'm not dong shaming anyway. You work with what you got. That's fine.
6'5".
Oh, he's 6'5".
Like, really?
Okay.
That's short as shit.
6'5" or the dong?
No, I'm thinking 5'5". I subtracted a whole foot. From his height. I was thinking he was proportional to like Sylvester Stallone, who is famously tiny. My head went ahead and just turned 6 into 5.
And actually, if he
Yeah,
says he's 6'5", then I would say he's 6'3", because guys usually add a little bit more to the...
I thought Dolph was one of the taller action heroes. Just seeing him in movies like Expendables, where he's with everybody else, I thought he would be taller.
He's like the Billy Bones of that generation.
What is a Billy Bones? Did you come from a reality that just has different things than my reality?
No, this is real.
Like different movies and
No.
different drinks
So
and...
you've never seen the show Black Sails?
Oh, I have, but it's been a long time. I only watched the first season.
Okay, Billy Bones was there.
Yeah, and he was in the Treasure Island book as well.
Okay, he's the really tall guy that plays Billy Bones, and he was in the Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
That guy's
Yeah,
pretty tall.
It's been a minute. Yeah, I was watching that back when it first came out, so it's been a little while, but yeah, I remember that now.
Okay, there you go.
Boom. I mean, I don't know why you pooped your pants when I said, what's a Billy Bones? It's like,
It's funny.
it's as if the Billy Bones show got the Super Bowl numbers or something, and you're like, what? This motherfucker doesn't know a Billy Bones? Like, dog, Black Sails. I did it again.
I'm
I
not
called you
making
dog.
stuff up. That's the
I
whole
know.
thing.
You're not. You're good. I just sometimes wonder if you came from another reality and like our universes merged at some point, but they merged like I knew a Hailey back in the 90s that would have known all my references and stuff. Then say like we go our separate ways. You're up in Boston and then you're up in like Washington and shit. And some point my reality merges with this Hailey from another reality that doesn't have all the same references. That she watches movies like Time Bandits and she drinks kombucha. And I'm like, they didn't have that. In my reality, we spelled Berenstain A-I-N, and you came from a reality where they spelled it E.
I did
You
actually.
see what I'm
That's
saying?
what I was gonna say. Is
Or like my reality did not have the Shaq, or no, it was the Sinbad Genie movie. Your reality had the Sinbad Genie movie.
that's accurate.
See,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. It's just so much time. So many of these times you give me shit about stuff like I'm making it up. I'm not making it up.
I lovingly give you shit. I
I
never
know
do it.
you're not being.
I never do it mean
an
spiritedly.
asshole.
I lovingly give you shit. I learned lessons back in the day about giving Hailey shit, like, and not making it clear that it was lovingly. I remember one time, oh my god, I saw the Backstreet Boys reunite on a daytime talk
Actually,
show.
the Backstreet Boys never
This
broke
would have
up.
been. It was something. I don't know if it was like a new album. They were
Okay.
doing something of note. This would have been around 09 or 10.
Maybe Kevin
sometime
left?
in that era, like around 2010ish. And I remember seeing them on this talk show. I forget which one it was, but I used to just have the TV in my office tuned to the station that I worked for, so it was on a CBS station. And I remember saying something on social media like, oh, I see a bald spot on one of them. And she was like, no, you will not ruin this for me. No. And I was like, whoa, Hailey, chill. It's like, I'm just, no. I will refrain from comment. Like, I'm not trying, this is not my intent here. Is not to spoil the whole performance or the whatever the hell was going on. And I was like, damn, I fucked her shit up. She was enjoying herself, and then I made part of that not very enjoyable. So
I have had very strong convictions about things.
I know, and I learned. But it's like you say, you often, in the earlier episodes, you would often say, like, hey, if I hate on something, it doesn't mean that you can't like it. And I was like, hell yeah, that's what I believe. I would hate on things that Hailey would like, but that didn't mean that I didn't think that she could like them. It just meant that I would hate on stuff Sometimes I would not consider how important a thing in Hailey's life that particular thing would be. And then there would be moments like that Backstreet Boys shit where I was just like, maybe I should think about that a little bit. Because she could be hanging on this moment like hardcore. And then here I come, just lighting the whole shit on fire. Not supposed to do that.
There were very few happinesses for me, Brandon.
Yeah. Yeah. And boy bands are definitely one of them. It's like I have a lot of boy band jokes, but you know what? You're not the audience for that. I'll just go do them for like Eric or Clay or somebody. They'll appreciate them. Don't need to say all the boy band jokes to Hailey.
I'm glad you finally learned.
Hey, dog, finally, this was like 12 years ago. So, you know.
Yeah. Damn. Shit.
That was a long time ago. That was another life. Yeah. I don't remember how we got here. I know we were talking about alternate universes, and you were coming from the Berenstain one, and I was from the Berenstain one.
A creature from the Black Lagoon who has different references.
I don't believe I said those words. I don't think I said that at all.
I know.
Hey.
Just giving you shit.
Yeah.
You toss the ball, and I bat it to the outfield.
You definitely break balls. That is definitely a thing.
Don't fuck with me, man. Okay.
And before that, we were looking at Dolph Lundgren's
Oh, that's right. Do you have any more dicks, Sean?
Long time. We were just taking that in. Boy, let me tell you.
The only dicks I do have are possibly another topic we could go over with Brandon on a future podcast.
And this is dick stuff.
I don't know if I'm interested. I might go ahead and tap out of this.
I'm curious.
Hey, Brandon, you want to do a penis themed podcast?
It's not penis themed, but I mean, there's some crossovers sometimes. I mean, things happen.
What are you doing?
See, I'm not interested.
Sean!
Is this like, Hailey, is this like an everyday thing for you?
No. I think that's why I'm so shocked by it when he just pulls these things up out of nowhere from thin. Sean!
Why does... like, this is in your browser history now. Your household has this shit. Yeah, apparently gonna keep going.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm gonna just X out of the whole window. Y'all gonna be like...
Wow.
Y'all gonna be like... As if by magic... Brandon suddenly isn't on the podcast anymore. He had been here for a good 7.5 hours, but we don't have him anymore. I don't know what happened. So on behalf of him...
Jesus Christ. And last but not least, we go on a tangent about lots of different movies. Basically what happened was I started randomly throwing out titles of movies, asking Brendan if he had ever seen them and what he thought about them. And most of these were ones that Sean made me watch a while ago. And I was like, if I had to deal with it, someone else should have had to do this. So, have you watched any of these movies? Listen up and make your list. And at the end of the clip, I tell you which one is worth watching.
But this dude, like, his whole store's worth of instruments, I'd be like, fuck! I would fall to my knees, and it'd be like that Wrath of Khan scene. I would just... yeah.
I know that reference only because Sean made me watch the movie.
I've never seen the movie. I just know the reference because everybody makes it. So
here, look, I was very much against watching all the Star Trek shit I had to watch, but I actually really liked it, and Wrath of Khan was fantastic.
I've never seen any Star Trek that I didn't like, but I've never gone like, shit, I need to like just watch Star Trek. I need to sit down and get into it. But anytime I've seen one of the films or like some of the episodes through somebody who likes it, I've always appreciated it and thought it was pretty cool.
I didn't make her watch all of them. I think
that would take a long ass time.
Yeah, I watched First Contact, right?
Yeah, I think
it's with the whales.
Wrath of Khan, the whales one, and then First Contact, where it's like the Borg and they go back in time.
If you're gonna be like, hey, we got to watch all of it, you'd have to approach Hailey like, hey girl, what you doing until you're 50? Because that's a lot of content.
Oh Lord, yeah, that would be a lot. Okay, let me ask your opinion. Like, give me a little impression on these particular movies that I'm about to name.
Okay.
Dune, the first one, the one from 1984.
Don't know nothing about it.
Okay,
Okay.
Blade Runner.
Also never seen it. Have not avoided it. It's not that I don't think I'd like it. I just never have come in contact with it like in a way that would be like, okay, it's time now for me to sit down and watch Blade Runner. Plus there's like 17 cuts of that movie, so I don't know which one to do. But
Okay.
that's Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who directed it. Was that a Ridley Scott?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so everybody involved in it is somebody I like, and I probably would enjoy it. But I just never have gotten to the point where
Okay, I hated it.
cross that bridge.
Hated it. What is the Jeff Goldblum one?
Buckaroo Banzai.
Buckaroo Banzai. What do you think about that one?
I'm aware that title is a thing. That's as much as I know.
Now I'm kind of mad that you haven't watched these because I
Well-
was forced to. Okay, and the other one is Time Bandits.
I'm 0 for 4 here because I don't know what in the fuck that is.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. It's totally cool. There's no right or wrong answer.
Did these all suck? Did you not like them?
I liked Time Bandits. I liked Buckaroo Banzai because I love Jeff Goldblum. He's like the oldest dude I would get with.
Yeah, that's how I often think of
Jeff Goldblum can get it. I think he's cool.
Get it.
And hated Blade Runner, hated the first Dune.
Oh.
Loved the second Dune, the remake. So
I
those are
just
mine.
don't know anything about them. If you said, hey, you should watch one of these, I would do that for you. But
Which one? I would say watch
Man.
Time Bandits. That one was fun.
Have you seen Heavy Metal?
a million years ago, yes. There's an awesome Black Sabbath song in that called The Mob Rules, which I loved. There's a lot of good music in that one, actually. But heavy metal that's a very distinct audience. Like, that's not for everybody. It was kind of the first taste that a lot of Americans got of, like, the anime style, of, like, the Japanese style of animation. Although I don't think it was done by Japanese animators, but I think that they borrowed heavily from that genre when they did that film. And then, of course, they did a sequel in, like, 2000 that, here again, had some pretty good music, but it wasn't as timeless as the first one.
Yeah.
Haley's like, I'm checking out. I'm yawning. You motherfuckers are talking about goddamn
No,
silly-ass
I
movies.
I didn't want to make it a thing, but I had to burp.
Oh. No, just own that. Get right up in the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry for the tangent. We can get back to He-Man. I'm waiting.
Tangent alert! Tangent alert!
Thank you. Oh my God.
I did it for you. Yeah, I did the
All
thing.
right. Just record
Things
you
that
doing
make
it
you
in
go-
a pleasing way. We can use that. Something
I'm gonna
that
make
doesn't
you
scare
some.
you.
I'm gonna make you some audio bumpers for your show.
That'd be do it. That'd be awesome.
Things that make you go.
Oh,
And then you'll be like, okay, guys, there's this Taco Bell thing that's amazing.
is that what I sound like to you?
No,
Oh,
I just need to change my voice in some way. Like, I'm not doing an impression here. I'm
Okay.
just making my voice different enough that it can.
I was like, fuck, is that what I sound like?
No, dog, I can't do like a convincing diva voice. That's just not in my. I'm not that master of an impressionist.
I mean, you used to be really good.
Yeah, but if we're not talking about like Arnold Schwarzenegger or presidential candidates from '92 that no one remembers,
I was gonna say, what's the
I'm-
gridlock guy?
I'm not very good. Oh, that was Admiral Stockdale. I thought we were talking about Ross Perot.
That one too, but I always
yeah.
remember gridlock. That's the one I always remember asking you to
So
do was
there's-
gridlock.
There's nobody I can do today that like a kid would know. If some kid that I were subbing for was like, do an impression, I'd be like, awesome. Your mom is going to love the impression I'm about to do. You're not going to know who the fuck it is.
Oh shit.
It's just like, I have crossed that threshold a long time ago. So anybody that I can do an impression of is no longer relevant today.
Oh wow. Okay. I can do Chewbacca. I can do a spooky ghost.
Spooky ghost. That's kind of just a character you made. That's not. Like
I know
an
I've done the
impression of a
Chewbacca
thing.
impression for you before, but the spooky ghost, that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you want
I
to hear
can-
it? Should I do spooky?
Yeah, go ahead. Do Spooky Ghost.
Ooh.
No, you sound like the lady in Beetlejuice.
Oh,
You
do
sound
I?
like when Barbara puts the sheet on and she's trying to scare Delia.
Oh, okay. I
That's
haven't seen that in a
exactly
long
the sound
time.
she makes. So you can say now, it's not just a character you made up. You can say, I'm doing an impression of Barbara in Beetlejuice when she's trying to scare Delia.
Okay, I guess it gives it more
very
street cred that
convincing.
way.
Things that make you go,
Ooh wee!
all right, Haley. You got any ooh wees?
I do. The first one I wanted to say was I graduated. Wah, wah, wah. there. Woo! For the last 9 months, I've been taking this certification course called the Intuitive Buddy Coach. And it's been really intense. There's been a lot of reading. I had to reprioritize my whole dang life, but it's super worth it. I had a great time in class. We had our last call yesterday. I'm really sad that it was the last call because I really enjoyed checking in with everyone and hearing where they were at, what they were feeling, what they were thinking, how they were processing stuff. It just made me feel less alone. It made me feel like a normal human being. And all of the stuff we were learning and unlearning is like, it's pretty intense, pretty pivotal stuff. And I don't know, I'm going to miss it, but I'm happy to be moving forward. I took my exam on Monday and I graduated. I'm certified. And yeah, I'm happy about it. It was a lot of work. So I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. And I'm glad that I kind of can get this time to work on other stuff now. I'm going to do some resting and crafting and stuff like that. But yeah, it was nice to be able to make that commitment to myself and stick to it. It changed me in a lot of ways. I think it made me a better person. The certification course, like a better version of myself. And it's helped my anxiety a lot. I mean, in a variety of ways, the certification program has helped me. I'm really happy that I did it.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's been a big ooh-wee because I was really behind in reading the last book and I was getting all stressed out and everything's been so busy lately. And I was just like, I need to get to this moment and then I can rest. My body's been telling me, bitch, just sit the fuck down. You need to slow down. You need to rest. And it's done had it.
Yeah.
Right now my back is out, which is not an ooh-wee. It's a, ooh, God, more like that, because it hurts and I can barely walk right now. So my back is out and that's my body telling me, bitch, what did I tell you? I told you to slow the fuck down and you didn't listen to me. And now I'm going to make you slow the fuck down. Okay. So that's what my body is telling me. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, really. But I graduated and I'm very happy. It's been a journey. And it's been the thing I've been working on this whole year. And I don't know. I feel like I'm in a celebratory mood. And I just want to like hang out and read and work on fun shit. Like editing photos and doing craft projects. Being creative and getting high and watching the birds and squirrels in the yard. That's how I want my fall and winter to go. That's where I'll be. Do you have any ooh-wees?
We were at a friend's party and they brought out their big fancy bong and Hailey took a try.
I don't like smoking. It's always like gross feeling. It's very burny. It makes me feel nasty. It always makes my chest feel heavy. Like I've only smoked like 4 cigarettes in my lifetime. And that was all in my early 20s. I think I smoked 1 cigarette to try to impress you because you smoked when I met you. But I hated smoking.
Yeah.
And then I told you I hated smoking and I thought it was disgusting and I'd never kiss anyone who smoked. And then you stopped smoking, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I don't like smoking. It just makes me feel gross. Even the times that I've tried to smoke pot, it's just like such a heavy, gross feeling in my lungs. I would cough. I would just feel nasty. So we tried this fancy bong.
It had these different
chambers?
It had these different discs, holes in it, and it allowed the smoke to bubble up slower through the water, so it cooled and hydrated it a bit better.
Yeah, so it cooled the smoke, and they offered me a chance to try it. I told them how scared I was, because this previous time, over a decade ago, that I tried to smoke marijuana, this guy got really mad at me, and of course I didn't like the feeling of it, and blah, blah, blah. So they talked me through how to use it, and oh my God, I felt fine. The smoke wasn't burny. It was perfectly fine. I felt great. And I wasn't like coughing and feeling nasty for days afterwards. And I was just like, holy fuck, this is a new way to be. This is a new way to ingest the pot. And I love this. And I told Sean, I want a fancy ass bong for Christmas.
Because previously we were really only edibles.
Yeah, only edibles.
And FYI, we are in Washington State where everything is legal. So we're not
doing anything wrong by talking about it.
Yeah.
We're not telling you to go do it if it's illegal in your state.
Correct.
But, like, it should be legal everywhere, is
Truth.
all I'm saying.
Truth.
And the people who are in jail for marijuana possession, they should be let free. Thank you. Next. So, anyway.
So, I did some research, and I think I found the bong that was right for us, which is the Hitoki Trident Laser Bong. Yes, that's right.
Laser.
It uses a laser.
They had a sale, and we got our
Yeah.
Christmas present early.
Yeah, we've been enjoying that, and I've been having fun researching different strains of marijuana. And
They have
combining
different
them and-
properties.
Yeah.
And I've had fun smoking the different ones and seeing how they're different. I didn't think the smoke would be different,
Yeah.
but the smoke has different textures depending on the strain. I thought that was so interesting. So Sean's been making little mixes, like this one does this and this one does that. So you put them together and you're going to feel better than if you just had that one. Yeah, so we've been trying that out. And it's easy to keep clean. It's easy to use.
Yeah.
It's been pretty fun.
Yeah.
And it is interesting to try the different ones, see how they feel. Again, just like the idea that the density of the smoke would be different depending on what you're trying is like, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
pretty crazy to me.
Yeah. I don't know if it's as smooth as the big fancy water bong, but it's pretty smooth, really. It does go through. It does have a water chamber that it goes through and stuff, but it just uses a laser to ignite the marijuana, and so you don't really get potentially if you're using like a butane torch or lighter or something, you're kind of getting some of that butane exhaust and stuff going in there. So this is all nice and clean.
A cleaner way
Yeah,
to get to getting.
indeed.
Anyway, it's great.
And right now, Hailey's favorite mix is Skywalker OG and AC/DC.
Skywalker OG makes you feel chill, and AC/DC helps you with pain. So it's a good mix. I really like the Skywalker OG, I'll tell you that much. And the fact that it's named a Skywalker, because we all know that I fucking love Luke Skywalker. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And hopefully I don't smell like pot. Nobody said anything yet, but I'm usually just in my house clothes when I do it.
Yeah.
So hopefully my pedestrian outside the house clothes don't start stinking. I feel like they don't, but like, who knows? I will say the most recent season of Shetland is on BritBox.
BritBox, yeah.
It's the last one with DCI Jimmy Perez. It makes me sad that he's not going to be there anymore. But I feel like the way in which they sort of progressed his character through the season, I think it made sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, go check it out. I fucking love it. I love Tosh.
Yep.
Tosh had some shit to go through this season. It was good. I think it's season 7? Season 6 or 7? What else am I oohing about? Now, look, I'm one of those people who thinks that we shouldn't start the Christmas process until after Thanksgiving. But the Backstreet Boys just came out with their Christmas CD, and I did buy it. I pre-ordered it. It came out in August? I pre-ordered it in August. It just came out in mid-October. It's still wrapped up, and it's on my desk, and I'm not opening it until after Thanksgiving. And some people are flabbergasted by that because they're like, you pre-ordered it. You were posting about it on Instagram and you're not listening to it yet? No, because it's a Christmas CD and I'm not doing that shit until after Thanksgiving. Okay? But it's out there, so if you like listening to Christmas stuff early, if you're like, Halloween's over, I'm getting my Christmas freak on, then the Backstreet Boys album is out there for you. And they also just released their music video for Last Christmas. I haven't watched it yet. I'm trying to wait. But I'm excited. It gives me something to look forward to. Maybe I won't be so bah humbuggish because I can veer towards the bah humbuggishness quite easily. I try not to be because you're a fucking Christmas baby, so I have to I have to gather my seasonal strength at some point, but I don't like doing it too early.
No cap.
No caps. Being over 40 sucks because you just exist in a different way and then your back goes out, which is what I'm dealing with. I guess I stood too long on uneven ground and I was over 40. and therefore fuckery doodah is happening. I could barely walk since this entire week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it's Wednesday now. It's been hard to move about the house. I've been stretching. I've been using my magnesium butter. I've been taking ibuprofen PM, Advil, whatever the fuck, CBD gel. Did I say stretching yet? Hot water, cold compresses. You've had to rub my back multiple times and use the massage gun that beats the shit out of my muscles. I've tried it all and still not great. But I feel like it's maybe getting a little bit better. Hopefully, by the time you hear this, I'll be fine. But that's tomorrow, and who knows. The other thing, and I'm about to call Sean out, the other no cap is that I don't like when you're more high than I am.
Yeah, for me, that was also a no cap. Oh, man. I had a little vape pen thing. I got a new cartridge for it with this G13 strain.
A pot thing, right?
Pot thing, yeah. Mm-hmm. We went to a Halloween party this weekend, so I could kind of enjoy, but not with edibles. You have a really long ramp up before it kicks in, and then you don't.
And it lasts a longer time.
Yeah. So I got this, and it worked great for the party. We decided to get high and watch Halloween movies or something, and I decided to use this vape pen in the same amount of toking that I would for the bong, and I didn't really think about it, but the vape things are 90-something percentage THC, and I got way too high.
Versus when you take a hit from the bong, and I'm going to ask you a terminology question in a minute. When you take a hit from the bong, it's only 30% THC, roughly.
Yeah, generally.
Maybe. It depends on the strain.
Yeah, generally in the dry herb or whatever, it's only,
and so 30%. Your vape pen is 90% THC?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that people understand, because this is stuff that I wouldn't know, and especially people who live in a place that they don't get to experience pot, they probably don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And so I want to make sure that's understood. There's a lot more. THC is the stuff that makes you have the high and feel good or feel a certain way, whereas CBD helps with other stuff.
Yeah.
And the terminology question, I don't know about this. When you say toke, what does that mean? That means breathing it in, the puffing of it?
I guess,
or?
Like taking a hit or toking or...
Okay, I wasn't sure about that.
I breathed in really big. I shouldn't have.
You did breathe in really big because you were coughing and stuff. And I was like, what's wrong with you? By then, I was already high. I'd already done my business. I was on the couch. I was chilling. I was waiting to start the movie. And then I hear him coughing all the time. And I'm just like, are you okay? What are you doing? And it seemed, of course, because I was high, it seemed like you'd been there a really long time. It was just like, are you coming to watch the movie or not? So yeah, he did a decent amount of this thing, not realizing how strong it was. We were eating our Chinese food leftovers. I was almost done with my dinner. And I look over at Sean, and he is just staring blankly at the TV. Nothing is registering on his face. He mouth open, just staring. He hasn't touched his dinner, and he hasn't touched it in, I've noticed that he hasn't been eating. So I'm like, are you okay? Do you want me to heat your dinner up? You haven't been eating. Are you all right? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, are you going to eat? He's like, I can't. You just looked at me like I was crazy, and you're like, I can't. I said, why not? You said, because I don't know if I can control my muscles. Because if I pick up my fork and I try to eat it, I'm just going to spill everything all over the place. I said, what are you talking about? I'm laughing. What is wrong with you? What are you talking about? He's like, if I put it in my mouth, I'm going to forget how to swallow it. I'm going to choke to death. I said, Sean, are you fucking with me? And you're like, no, I don't know how to use my hands. I don't know how I'm going to swallow the food. I don't remember how to do anything. You wouldn't even look Finn in the eye, who was staring at you, because you didn't want to disappear into the blacks of his eyes.
I thought he was going to get at me.
Yeah. And so you just stared at the TV. I said, do you want me to heat up your food? You're like, no, I can't eat it. It's like, all right. So I think 10 more minutes I gave you to try to eat, and you were just staring at the TV. And then I noticed that your head was like bouncing up and down, like you were starting to fall asleep. You weren't paying attention to anything. You couldn't focus on anything, and you were falling asleep. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put your food away now because I don't want it to fall all over the place. And so I had to go put your food away, make sure you're all right. And then you proceeded to basically fall asleep and miss the entire show that we were watching. And you were pretty fucked up for a majority into today, really. Into today.
I mean, I wasn't like high today, but I was just...
But you were fucked up from being really high yesterday.
Yeah, I was just, tired and stuff, so...
Anyway, I didn't like it. It was weird. It was weird and creepy to see you so fucked up. I'd rather be taken care of instead of being the caretaker. And that's just my own selfishness. But but it was weird. It was funny, but it was weird. And I don't know. I really thought you were fucking with me for a while there. Till you started to fall asleep. And I was like, oh, he is fucked up. So that's my no cap. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So be aware your vaping things might be super strong.
That was nuts.
That about wraps up this episode. I hope everybody had fun. Hope you enjoyed the clips. I love all the tangents. I do. I love the tangents. I know some people have an issue with tangents. They think it's too off kilter. It's too off topic. Come back to what we're talking about. Stay focused. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just let this shit unfold. You know what? A river flows all over the place. Like it's supposed to. It just goes where it's supposed to go. And that's where it goes. And it's a beautiful thing. And so if my words flow like a river, cool. That means I'm like nature. And I'm fine with that. So have your tangents. Make your jokes. Hope this episode was fun. And we'll get at you next time.
Have a great November, people. I mean, we'll be talking to you throughout November, but...
Yeah, this isn't The Last of Us.
Nope.
Which The Last of Us comes out next year.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty excited about the show.
Yeah.
In January, you said?
January. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was later. Okay. I'm excited.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, that's going to be good. I don't know if you guys ever played the video game The Last of Us. We only played a little bit because it was fucking stressful. But they're like plant monsters.
I think it's like some sort of fungal thing that transformed them.
It looks kind of like an alien thing.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Stranger Things thing. It was a really good video game from what I saw. I'm more like, I don't like the stress. So I'm more like the watcher of the video game as Sean's playing it. Like Uncharted, fucking awesome video games. But I'm like the treasure hunter. So I watch it unfold. It's like a 12-hour movie for me. But I'm also saying, oh, Sean, there's that shiny thing. That's the treasure. You got to go over there and get it. And so he can platform and shit, which I'm terrible at, and shoot at the bad guys and stuff. And I'm just like, look behind you. Ah. And then I also get to look at the graphics, which are like beautiful landscapes and waterfalls, and being like, ooh, yeah, I want to go to there. That kind of thing, without the stress of having to play it and not get killed. Anyway, looking forward to The Last of Us. But this is not The Last of Us. We'll have more episodes. We have a few more before our hiatus. And I'm looking forward to hopefully doing a new Christmas movie.
Oh,
like we did last year. We did the Scottish Christmas one.
Yeah, true.
Which, if you haven't heard that one, go back and listen to it. And you might want to check out the movie for the holiday season. But we're looking for a new holiday movie. I think that would be super fun. And I hope you have a great Turkey Day for those people in the U.S. that celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite holidays because I love comfort food. Surprise. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Friendsgiving. I'm looking forward to the colder weather, the quieter months.
Dude.
Follow us on social media. I'll put all those links in the description box so you can find them easily. I hate to say goodbye, but I'm ready for dinner and I gotta go. Bye!